We got Knight of Swords. We have 10 of Swords. Then 8 of Coins. 3 of Coins. 4 of Swords. 7 of Cups. 7 of Coins. I don't see a major arcana yet. The Emperor. Alright. Let's take a look here. So, Knight of Swords. Knights are young. They're also very fast and ambitious. So it looks like you or somebody in your life, whatever resonates for you in this reading, take that into consideration. Something to do with intellect coming in really fast and strong. Intellectual abilities, intellectual skills, maybe focusing on your path a bit more, really fast too. Like, if knights are heroic, restless, and fancy themselves invincible, the Knight of Swords is all of these things, but amplified, representing the adolescent spirit. His intentions are pure and passionate, but they can also be impulsive, quick-tempered, and at times careless. He loves a good mental challenge, but he doesn't like wasting time. If an idea is practical, thoughtful, and well-planned, he will navigate the most tangled of obstacles to assist, achieving creative and rapid, but perhaps risky, success. So, and this is so interesting because, you know, I feel connection to that card right now in clarity, right? So when you are able to have that rapid inspiration and rapid movement forward, sometimes we think we're headed in the clarity, but don't be too sure, because there is always possibly things that may be left behind or things that aren't being considered. So, you know, it's awesome if you have a lot of momentum and speed moving forward, but don't be afraid to take a look back and be sure that things are done properly or well done. I'm hearing that. Take the time needed to double check, for instance, if it's a message. I don't know why I'm hearing about like a messages you're sending. Really reread it over and over until you're absolutely certain that that's a message that you want to send. And this is something that I was really thinking about the other day, is how social media amplifies your voice. It amplifies what you stand for. It amplifies your energy, right? So if you're negative and you're posting all about the negative side of the elections or the negative sides of COVID, you're spreading that, right? And it's okay to have those kinds of opinions, but be very conscious of what you're sharing with the world. And, you know, I sometimes tend to overshare, and that's something that I've been reflecting on. I don't know if you can relate, but I often give details that necessarily don't need to be there. So also spending too much time rereading and stuff like that can also have a counteractive approach. So you kind of got to find a balance between what you're sharing and the amount of time you're putting into that. So yeah, that was a huge message with that card. Moving forward, so much swords energy and coins. This is a masculine reading. This is for a masculine, I believe, because we do have the Emperor at the end here. That was the one major arcana card that I pulled when I asked for one. So I think that this is a transition for the masculine energy right now. 10 of Swords, which is like definitely kind of not a scary card. Like, come on, none of these cards are supposed to be scary. They're supposed to be for helping send a message and for benefiting. But it is kind of like sheltered, locking away, maybe being in a painful situation. Pretty painful situation, actually, I'm sensing. So let's try to find out more about that. So final release. Listen to this one here. So a man crouches on his knees surrendered, exposed, and pierced through his body. The sun, either rising or setting, hints at the ending and a new beginning. This is huge right now for today, going into a new moon in Scorpio. Release, that final release is like, you need to let this go right now, because otherwise it's going to be maybe something carrying through to the next movement or momentum that you're trying to push through here. So the Ten of Swords represents a conversation or a view in your mind that has grown very, very old, past the point of being useful. Reset assured you and others have struggled with it long enough. Let it go. A conversation that was once about possibility has now become stale and lifeless. No one can force you to give it up, but surrendering this idea will create space for something new, and it may just change your life. So meaning an end to an outdated way of being or thinking, surrender, betrayal, forgiveness of self or others, liberation from the past. So I had a message last reading about forgiveness, and maybe you had some high standards for yourself that, you know, masculine, maybe that wasn't achievable, or for now it's not your time. And letting go of that will allow new things to come in, things that are definitely capable of being completed and done. Just don't bring it too far into the future. If it's outdated, like it says, if it's had its time, it's run its course kind of thing, right? It could be a relationship that's run its course. It could be a job. It could be it seems like it's just the way that you're viewing things, or maybe this thing that you put a lot of faith and heart into is now stale. But that's okay. Not everything works out for the better right away. And often when things don't work out that way, it's because the universe wants you to go in a different direction, and you're being guided to a more promising result. As long as you're doing your work and you're healing and whatnot, that can be a positive message of just simply letting go of whatever you're holding on to. This could also be, if this is a feminine watching this reading, I know this is about the masculine, it seems like, but this could be for someone in your life. So just hang on with me in this reading, and you might hear something that is quite relevant to you. So here we have the Eight of Coins. Eight of Coins is earth energy. It's, wow, I really need to paint my nails there. Sorry about that. But it seems like he's building something, putting in the last piece, or not quite finished something yet, but he's still working on it. And let's read what that one is about. Artistic pride. So in the Eight of Coins, a craftsman focuses intently on completing a project, combining his heart, head, and hands. He is proficient at his job, and he is committed to something more. The details that go unnoticed and that are seemingly insignificant to others. In other words, pure artistry. He has not been asked to improve by a customer or an employer. It is strictly for himself and for the love of quality and craft. When this card enters your reading, slow down and focus on the details and enjoy the work for the love of it. Wow, that's cool. So here at the beginning, you had Knight of Wands coming in fast, and then needing to, like, you're coming in fast and maybe missing out on things that need to be let go. And that's what you're missing here to move forward. And, you know, you're going out of your way to do these other things that you're not being asked of, and that's incredible. It definitely goes to show your character, or whoever this is about's character, and it might not be noticed by everybody because it is such a high vibrational thing that you're doing, simply for the better of people or for whatever it is. It might not get noticed right away, but keep it up and make sure that before you're getting too ahead of yourself in doing those extra things, that you're making sure that you've done some healing in a way. Don't just keep trekking on by, with all this weight that maybe you're carrying in some way or another, relational or maybe some unresolved healing or trauma, make sure that you're slowing down enough to focus on the details and enjoy the work for the love of it. So maybe you're racing to other people for their need and, you know, putting a lot of work into that extra work, but make sure that you're doing it for yourself and that you're not neglecting yourself and what needs to be let go, is what I'm sensing. So let go of that always needing to please others attitude and focus on pleasing yourself and fulfilling your needs first, because eventually that is better for everyone else around you anyways, when you have that vibrational pull where you can lead people in a good direction. So yeah, 3 of coins, we got more pentacles or coins energy, more earth energy. That is interesting. I don't pull that card often. Let's see what that one says. This could be for, yeah, this is definitely about also getting grounded with yourself. So, expertise united. A dream is developing and taking root. Sometimes called the craftsman's card, the 3 of coins represents masterful elements coming together to create something unique and refined, either as a group of individuals or as characteristics with an individual. Inspiration, funding, and expertise are all falling into place, making the time of preparation well worth it, and the success of the end of for insured. I'm having a hard time with that one. Sorry about that. But so a meaning is coming together of the elements, masterful collaboration, a balance of inspiration, resources and skill, thoughtful planning and implementation, craftsmanship rewarded, a cooperative venture, the best of what can be made. So I think you're holding on to working with some people that don't deserve to work with you, or possibly just an energy that's been hanging around there that needs to be released so that this can come in and you can be working on this incredible, amazing, inspiring idea that you have. You gotta be surrounded by people who think like that too, right? Who want that kind of growth. And next is the 4 of Swords, which can be kind of like a little bit still in the slumps about something. Let's clarify that one. 4 of Swords, I get that one quite often right now. Something to do with intellect again. So this is trying to give you the answer, right? So a quiet space. This 4 of Swords is often known as the meditation card. There we go. It indicates that you are in or have just gotten over a difficult time and you need to rest, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. When we are troubled, our minds play tricks on us, imagining hopeful escapes or tragic demesis. Quieting your mind is an act of humility which allows you to enlist divine intelligence, your true voice. It won't make the problem go away, but in the space of stillness, you can bring fresh perspective and invite new ideas to appear. So meaning is a time to quiet the mind, respite from difficulty, recuperation, engage listening, release gratitude, and return to your center. So to let this, I changed that by mistake, but for that stuff to come in, that's just another way for you to say, to release what needs to go, you need to prepare yourself and sit with yourself and allow those new perspectives to come in. It's pretty self-explanatory with the readings from the cards. However, I don't think that this has quite been, maybe you were aware of this at first, but you kind of got scared and you suppressed it, and now it's getting to the level of being unconscious in your mind again. It's becoming too regular for you to neglect releasing and letting go of something. You really want to hold on to this idea, this relationship, or this career that's no longer working for you. You gotta really reflect on being in alignment with your with your heart, right? And being in alignment with just your heart and not your mind and not your chakra is always going to be an imbalance on the scale. We got a lot of Libra energy coming in, so emphasizing on finding that balance. That's the way to do it. Mercury, I believe, is going into Libra, and we have a couple other things there. Mars is leaving Aries shortly, so we should be softer on ourselves, not as hard on ourselves and aggressive towards situations, hopefully. And with all that Libra energy coming in, which is rules the planet of Venus and love, it's time to balance out your heart and stop always giving into your mind, right? Which is hard sometimes. But looks like the Seven of Coins is just before the Emperor card there. So let's read about that. This card comes up often. Seven of Coins is like soon getting a reward. Not yet quite being there, but a couple more problem solving or a couple more little finishing touches on your projects or on yourself and releasing something, a little bit more time and work until you're able to get those achievements. And this is interesting because I think between now, so November 14th to November 30th, 2020, you're going to shift from that new perspective, releasing and letting go. And if you succeed in that, that reward will come just coming into Sagittarius and coming into the December months is when you should be able to retrieve, and that's the full moon, which is all about it's all about accomplishments and getting rewarded for those things, right? So I think something great is headed that way for you, my friend. Seven of Coins, I really think that I already summed it up, but let's see. Yeah, so patient resolve. I'll read it anyways because it's fun. So with dirty hands and rolled up sleeves, the farmer assesses his creation. He recalls the process that brought these seeds to maturity and the time, money, and effort it took to bring them to full growth. Your work may nearly be complete, and you desperately crave the reward. That's that reward I was talking about, right? But you must still acknowledge that work done well takes time and often has its own schedule. Something in your heart tells you that your fruits have not fully ripened. Be patient and keep working. Your wait is almost over. So you coming in with this Knight of Swords energy, ready? It's like almost like the universe has already chosen the time when you're going to get that reward as well. So don't be afraid to take a step back and be a little bit more slower with your decisions and do some more meditating on them and clear your perspective, because that's not going to change whether it's coming or not. The universe has already granted you that, whatever you've been asking for. And because they know that you will get to the point of resolving whatever it is that needs to go, and you're going to let it go. But it's up to you to really recognize what it is. And I don't know why I'm hearing no strings attached kind of thing. Whatever that means. So, Emperor, that is a strong masculine energy card. That's why I'm saying that this is possibly for someone with strong masculine energy. And the Emperors are, this is an Aries card. This could be for an Aries. This could also be in the time frame of when Aries is when Mars is no longer in Aries, when that goes direct, which I think is around November 21st or 23rd or something like that, which is when you might release this. You might release that need for control or that need for holding on to something. This is a huge message to just tell yourself to let it go, and there's other things that want to come in. So this is happening quick. This is happening within at least this month. So let's just see a card for any last messages that need to be heard. Empress, no way! That's awesome! So these two are the pairs, right? The Emperor and the Empress. So this is really, really, really cool, actually. I asked for any last messages for the collective, and we got that balance. Oh my gosh. So we got that balance. This was like all masculine energy, need for, you know, all these cards, and then we all of a sudden have this burst of Empress, which is divine. She's a creator, she's intelligent, she is nature oriented and very much in her own skin, and she is very, very, very divine. So these two together, and this is the Libra energy I'm talking about with the balance. This is what needs to be balanced as well. Something to do with your relationship, something to do with your partner, also needs to let go or be brought up so that the energy can change in some way. And maybe you're working together with somebody, like maybe you're working together with your partner right now, or maybe your partner, your work partner, just happens to be a female, or maybe one last thing that this could be is what you're going to be given is an opportunity to have this successful relationship coming in. It could be one that you have, and it's just getting stronger now, or it could just be something totally new. So there's a lot of possibility here, and it's up to you to kind of pick which. Yes, you're given something, the universe has decided, but there's multiple things that you could be rewarded with, and it looks like you have a good chance of having quite a balanced approach coming forward. That's so pretty. I want to read the Emperor and Empress card before I finish this off, okay? So last thing, just because, why not, right? Why not? They did a really good job at this book. So as you see, they're right together in this book as well because they belong together. So structured control, the Emperor, a symbol of fatherly authority. The Emperor stands powerfully on his earthly foundation, manipulating any air cube above him. With his head in the center, he uses his intelligence to create order and structure of his surroundings. Grand achievements are not built overnight. They require a matter of coordination and of foresight, planning, and bold fearlessness. The Emperor declares that now is the time for exerting control over the situation, defining limits, and showing confidence in one's ability. So structure from chaos, self-awareness, control and coordination, skillful execution, a confident leader, protection, and fertility. That's pretty cool because it's talking about manipulating the air energy, so intellect, strong, and, you know, that stability and foundation is here in the reading with all the coins energy as well. But what you're missing, hello, this one here, you got to listen to the feminine side. Listen to the feminine side. So listen to this. This is what's going to help you balance out here, is taking into account that as well as all those things are important, this woman right here in this type of energy is equally just as important. Both things have to be taken into consideration, right? Especially in a relationship. Can't have too much of one thing, right? So standing in her lush, fertile garden, I'll hold that one. The Empress invites you to water your new creation with love and patience. Maybe you're getting a little impatient with your reward, and you still have to do some work there. So hold on a sec. The soil is rich, and if tended carefully and thoughtfully, the harvest will be abundant. As the ultimate mother, she will nurture you through the unique moments of each particular stage of growth, through the cycles of life, death, creation, and destruction. Relax into the safe glow of her embrace and begin what there is to begin. Now is the time to act. Very nice. So bold creation, safety, maternal guidance and love, feminine power and beauty, patience, nurturing, action, and sensuality. Gotta listen to that. As much as we want to have control of the situation, we really need to sometimes give it up, right? The universe is going to carry on one way or another. So hopefully that helped, and it's It's up to you. Gotta release and let go of something, okay? Thanks.